Bam. Guess what? We're 6 months in. 6 months in. It's the 1st of July. So it's exactly 6 months since I did the first one of these. And it's been a bit of a peculiar thing. So that's something that happened then. I don't know what it was. Anyway, so I thought we'd have a bit of a change of the layout, colour scheme and the background. So we will see what develops. Anyway, if you like live debate, feel free to join in. The chat room is open. IDC number 9. Also, you can also comment as well if you're watching this not live, which a lot of people do. A bit like iPlayer, but YouTube. No, it's exactly the same thing, isn't it, let's be honest. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the news of the week. It's been a weird week in news, and it's very bizarre in the fact that it was a week ago, last weekend, and Glastonbury was on. Now, I don't watch Glastonbury. I've only ever been to one gig in my life. Are you master of the debate? Yes, I do enjoy a debate with lots of people. There's nothing more fun than a mass debate. Debate en masse. Hi, Angela. So yeah, you just joined us. We're about to get stuck in. It has been a weird week, one way or another. Least of which is I've had some weird illness, which hasn't been COVID, but I don't know what it was. But it knocked me for 6. Was it? No, today. Been in bed all day. Didn't get up until, well, I got up, did the school run, went back to bed, didn't get up until 3 o'clock. Well, 2:45, did the school run, come home, had loads to eat, and I'm a bit on the better side. But yeah. Anyway, Glastonbury. Well, it's a bit early yet, although Toff's more of an observer at the moment. He may come in and watch, but I'm not sure whether he's going to contribute. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Glastonbury was on, and it was very exciting if you like that kind of thing. The youngest headliner ever was Billie Eilish, ergo her. No, her. No, her. Now, Billie Eilish, whatever you want to call her, I've liked her for a while because she did that, hi Smiley, she did that song, Bury a Friend. And I thought it was brilliant. Great song, really dark, and the video was amazing. If you've not watched it, watch it, but only if you like horror movies, which I don't, but I still loved it, especially the bit where she's walking down the corridor and then she ends up floating with her feet dragging on the ground. It's just really, really good. Anyway, she admitted when she was at Glastonbury that a previous festival she'd used a body double. Now, who does she think she is? Vladimir Putin? I mean, why has Billie Eilish got a body double? No sense made whatsoever. And can the body double sing like Billie Eilish, or was body double miming? And did no one notice? Has she got a twin sister that no one knows about? Or a twin brother who can cross-dress, I don't know. It just seemed very bizarre. Anyway, I didn't watch her concert, her set, nor did I watch the oldest person ever to headline at Glastonbury, which is Sir Paul McCartney, with Dave Grohl there from the Foo Fighters. Apparently they did a song together. I didn't watch it, so I don't know what the song was. But either way, it's nice to see the old guys doing well. By the old guys, I don't mean Dave Grohl, he's not that old. Diana Ross, I thought she would have been the oldest, to be fair, but anyway, apparently not. She also headlined as well, so it was a massive juxtaposition for ages. And lots of people complained about her set. Now, I did catch the end of it because I think the news was on or something was on that I wanted to watch, so I caught the end of it. And it sounded like either she wasn't singing very loud or the microphone wasn't loud enough. But other than that, I mean, you know, she's an old gal, she's doing well. The only one I watched, because I always think these things are interesting, was the Pet Shop Boys. Massive fan back in the day. Just good tunes. Domino Dancing, Suburbia, lots of songs that they sang, lots of songs that got stuck in my head. But they had a technical issue where Chris, the guy at the back, couldn't actually get on stage. So for the first third of the set, Neil, the guy at the front, was basically singing on his own, and it was like Pet Shop Boy. And then eventually got the set to move, and there was Chris in the background on the big rig behind, doing all his, just standing there and whatnot. But no, it was good. Voice, singing, not great, but let's be honest, the Pet Shop Boys have not been known for their singing quality, have they? They're just known for their tunes. I think the brains behind the Pet Shop Boys is Chris and his synthesizers. Although one of my favourite lines, which they did sing, which was from So Hard, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's something like, we've both given up smoking 'cause it's fatal, so whose matches are those, tell me why, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was alright, but I kind of started watching it because it was just funny that I knew something was wrong but didn't know what was wrong at the time. And also, they always make it a stage show as well. So they have dancers coming on, and they were at Glastonbury 2019, I think it was, and they're all in them really weird suits where they just bounce up and down, and the suits are like a beach ball around them, and they're bouncing up and down with these, and it was just weird. But this time they were all dressed with the weird H thing on their. Anyway, it was funny. But a lot of people do like to complain. Now, you'd never get me complaining about anything. Okay, maybe. Boris Johnson. Now, as we all know, he was at Karachi, or was it Karachi? He was in Rwanda anyway, at a convention, and then he flew straight to the round table for the G7 summit. That's an old G7 summit. That looks like it's Angela Merkel and... but anyway, he went to this... Yeah, about Glastonbury sets and all that. So he went to the G7 summit, and kind of hid away. And then he went to the NATO summit in Madrid, looking very happy with himself. We're not getting anywhere with the shop, I'll be honest with you. And the main problem Boris has got is the fact that he should really be over here sorting out stuff that's going on over here. But as a world leader, he's got to go over there and sort out stuff that's going on over there as well. So he's promised 1 billion extra in weapons to be given to Ukraine for the fight against Russia, which is fair enough, can't argue with that. And we're also training Ukraine troops as well in the UK, and again, don't have a problem with that either. Now, Ukraine have said this is Snake Island. You can tell it's Snake Island because it looks like a snake that's been run over by a lorry. Snake Island is a strategic. It's very important in the Black Sea, or is it the Red Sea? It's one of the seas anyway. And it's the island when the war first started. Russia wanted to take it off Ukraine, and the Ukraine general who was on there basically told the ship to F off. It was hilarious at the time, and it's still hilarious now. Eventually, Russia did take the island, and they've been there ever since. But now they reckon, Russia says, as a gesture of goodwill, we're going to leave the island, and Ukraine can have the island back. And Ukraine have said, where is it on the map? It's where is it on the map? Is it around about there? Don't know. What Ukraine said is they've actually defeated the Russians who were on the island, and they've abandoned it because they were losing the battle for the island. Now, I mean, I'm not one to criticise what Russia say, but I know I sooner believe, and it ain't Russia. One thing that's happening in Ukraine, which is very disturbing, and I saw it on a report, was that kids, about 12, 13, are manning checkpoints themselves, setting up checkpoints themselves. That one looks like he's got a real gun, but a lot of them are doing it with wooden guns and toy guns, and they're just making sure that people going through are who they recognise and from the village. And these are children. They should not be doing stuff like this. I mean, there are tens of hundreds of them doing it. It's very, very, very disturbing. Hi JT, hi Rachel. It just that's not a childhood. But this is what we're allowing to happen in Russia, in Ukraine at the minute, thanks to Boris Johnson. Not Boris Johnson, same difference though, isn't it? Think about it. Vladimir Putin. Prince Charles has been in trouble this week. Apparently, who knew? It's happened throughout history, that is true. Prince Charles is in trouble because he has been, Somalia, thinking about it. I mean, the kids were actually fighting the war in Somalia for decades. But Prince Charles has been in trouble because he's been accepting money from, I think it's someone from Saudi Arabia or something like that for his charity, which is fair enough. But the money was cash, and it was like hundreds of thousands of pounds. And one time, allegedly, it was in a briefcase. Another time, allegedly, it was in Fortin Mason, which is a very posh shop. It makes Harrods look like Tesco. Carrier bags. And the whole thing is bonkers. But anyway, he says, or rather a spokesman for the Prince's Trust said that the money has been dealt with properly and was given straight away to the correct people, and it was banked, and it was all above board, and it was all declared, and all that kind of stuff. And it just seems a bit weird. And someone said, well, in 2015, that kind of thing was okay, but not now. And I'm like, I'm sure that kind of thing wasn't okay in 2015. I mean, 2015 is not that long ago. Anyway, Prince Charles in trouble again. He's done nothing but be in trouble recently, is poor Prince Charles. That, for people of a certain age, is our Graham from Blind Date. And he was the guy who did all the and now we've got so and so from such a place, and her hobbies are blah 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 whatever. And he basically did the voiceover. Cilla Black, 4 contestants, 1 picking, 3 trying to be picked. Crap show, but our Graham sadly has passed away this week. So no doubt they can no. It's not good, not good. Talking of not good, Nicola Sturgeon. God, Nicola Sturgeon. She's like one policy woman. The only thing she talks about is Scotland leaving the United Kingdom. So you're right, okay, fair enough. 2014, they had a referendum. They lost. The majority, not much of a majority, but similar to Brexit, voted to remain in the UK, and the rest voted to leave the UK and become an independent country. That was 2014. But now they're saying because of Brexit and the election results from the general election, that means they can have another vote. Well, hang on a minute. That was a once-in-a-generation vote. And she's going to get bored. If Scotland ever leaves, she would get bored. She wouldn't know what to do. The problem you've got is that if... What's the cat doing? Oh, it's alright. If the... I've lost my train of thought then. Oh yeah. So they lost. The no vote won. Narrowly, be fair, but the no vote won. So she's now saying she wants another vote in 2013, next year, October, in order to test public opinion again. Now, if they'd have voted to leave in 2014, would she be saying now, oh well, people might have changed their mind now, so maybe we should have another vote next year just to make sure that leaving is what people want us to do? Because I don't think the people, well, Nicola Sturgeon in particular, understands that she can't just join the European Union. For a start, European Union is on its way out. She's got nothing to offer them. They've got no money of their own. What they do is, they do... What are you doing? Cat? Psst, psst, psst. Oi. What they do is, they do a bit of oil, bit of gas, bit of whiskey, bit of haggis. I know that sounds really condescending, but that's it. I don't understand her logic of wanting to leave and become an independent country. And she's just absolutely obsessed with it. And I was watching Question Time last night, It was in Scotland, and called silence because she doesn't know. Well, when she first moved in, she didn't make a noise, but now I can't shut her up. So I keep saying silence, silence. She pss, 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 pss. Oi. That's better. Turn around. There you go. She's just got this one agenda, and she's like a dog with a bone, and it's just scary. It's just scary that's what she's like. Mind you, there are scarier things going on. For example, in America, the Supreme Court, who last week we were talking about banning abortions or giving the option for people to ban abortions completely, have now decided that Biden has no say on stopping states from polluting the atmosphere. Now, America is the second largest polluter in the world of greenhouse gases. They used to be the main one, but China's overtook them. But we always knew China was going to do that kind of thing. Hey noob, hope you're good. But now Biden has said we're going to reduce, our emissions. We're going to stop using coal. We're going to stop doing this. Now we can't do that. So if anything, certain parts of America can actually start using more coal now because they can decide themselves what they're doing with their own states. And I don't understand how that is allowed. But Biden has said as well, before he's there, he said when he was at the NATO summit in Madrid that he's going to send troops now to the East European NATO countries, as well as other NATO countries. It's very smart, isn't it? Wish app. They're going to get more troops in and get ready basically for a world war, because everyone thinks Putin now is just going to go and absolutely annihilate Europe because he's not doing very well and he's upsetting a lot of people. For example, this week a rocket launched and hit it says shopping centre. To me it looks more like a market, but either way lots of people have been killed, considerably more have been injured, and there was footage from a nearby security camera that actually showed the missile. Look at the size of that thing. The missile coming in, and like a split second later, all these people are dead, injured, and the building's on fire. So Putin needs to be stopped. Definitely, because if he isn't, I fear that we are going to end up in a world war. I wasn't thinking that a few weeks ago, but I'm thinking that now, which is not good. Kind of to do with the Ukraine crisis. Tesco and Heinz have fallen out. I know, it's weird. I've been in Tesco in Wigan twice, and they've got shed loads of baked beans in, so don't panic. There's no baked bean shortage at the moment. But Heinz and Tesco are falling out because Heinz have said, look, we've got to put the prices up of our stuff because all the energy is costing more to cook the things, make the things, transport the things, distribute the things, the foods and all that. And obviously, we're going to have to give our staff wage rises to keep up with the cost of living. And Tesco are like, no, you can't do that. We're Tesco. We can say what we want. You're not allowed to basically stop, dictate to us the price that we can charge. So they're at an impasse at the moment. Not the beans. Don't worry. You can get, what's they called, beans? Cross and Blackwell. They're all right. Definitely. They're okay. I like Cross and Blackwell beans. I'm getting very mucked up today. Another guy getting into trouble is Formula One. So she sounds for years and years. Will you family stream and finish Mario 64? When you're in your nuclear fallout shelter for years and years, will you finally stream and finish? Yes, I will. If I end up in a nuclear shelter, I will finish and stream Mario 64. I get the Tesco ones anyway. Okay, fair enough. Motor racing. Lewis Hamilton, everyone's favourite racing driver, said very few people, has been insulted by Nelson Piquet Sr., who's a former world champion himself. I think he won the championship twice. Back in the day, I've watched Formula 1 for years, so I remember PK being a racer. It's around the same time as Prost and Senna and Mansell and all them kind of things. So it was, in the late 80s, early 90s. Hiya, Ben. 3 times. Okay, then. But I never really liked the guy. Going back to Russian bombing that shop, I read that the shop had been closed for a couple of months and was opened the day after it got bombed, but close to a tank warehouse. Yeah, the problem you've got with Russia is that their technology they've got is crap. Whereas if we send a rocket, a guided missile, we can pretty much hit a car on the motorway at speed, and only that car on the motorway at speed. Whereas Russia would probably land on a school 5 miles away because that technology is nowhere near as good. And that's what we're up against. We're up against crap technology. Yo, Elder, I just had a thought you might be live. Yeah, I'm still alive. Well, we'll see. I've got more news to come. Anyway, Nelson Piquet Sr. has apologised. To be fair, the language he was talking in was his own language, his home language, and the term used has been translated to the term that everyone's took offence to. Although, to be fair, even in the original language, it's still mildly offensive anyway. So either way, he shouldn't have said it. But the old fogies, you're not going to change them. Old fogies. Oh dear. And the most aptly named MP ever, Chris Pincher. He resigned yesterday from some job we've never heard of, by an MP we've never heard of, for being very drunk at a members' club in London, a Conservative members' club in London, and embarrassing himself and others. So he resigned, not as an MP, but from the position he held, which no one cares about. Then he... today it's turned out that he inappropriately groped 2 men who were there. So now he's been suspended from the Tory whip, and there's an inquiry going on and all that kind of stuff. But the guy's called Pincher. I mean, come on. What do you expect him to do? No excuse. We've all been drunk, but you've got to try and control yourself if you can possibly do so. Because if you don't, well, you're just letting yourself down, you're letting everyone else down as well. How's the stream going? You notice I've changed the background to a still picture. 2 reasons. One, I got bored of the adverts that kept coming up behind me. But the other one was, I was thinking if I'm streaming live and streaming a live stream on the live stream, that might be what keeps freezing it. So I'm just wondering if we're A-OK at the moment. As we go into everyone's favourite bit. Meanwhile in America! Oh my god. Oh, there was some other sad news. Steve Wright in the afternoon show's been axed. You make a great weatherman. Yeah, it struck me while I was lying in bed ill earlier on. So, anyway, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Don't feed... There is some of that in this. Now, remember last week we were on about the Supreme Court basically giving it the okay to completely stop abortions anywhere in America for any reason. Now, I get the idea... just because someone's been a bit silly, then that's fine. But if someone has been assaulted, raped, abused in any way, shape or form, what are you doing down there, you? Oi! Psst. What are you doing? No. No. Okay. But Trump's taking credit for it. He celebrates abortion ruling, "I delivered everything as promised." Former President Donald Trump celebrated the Supreme Court's decision Friday to rescind federal abortion rights, saying it is rescind even that he's delivering everything as promised. Yeah, well, he is doing, because what he did, he basically, how America works is just weird. We have the House of Commons and the House of Lords, and that's pretty much it. They have the House of Representatives and the other one, but they also have the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court can actually change things. But once you get on the Supreme Court, you're there for life. You cannot be un-Supreme Courted, unless I suppose you do something really stupid. But the other Supreme Courtists will probably let you off anyway. So what Trump did while he was in, a few of the Supreme Court people died, so he put a lot of Conservatives in who were anti-abortion, who were anti-pollution stopping and all that kind of stuff. So now he's celebrating the fact that Biden can't get rid of these people. They are there for life. So even if Trump goes to prison for what's currently going on with his hearings, nothing can change the fact that those people that he hired are in the Supreme Court and are basically sending America back to the 1850s. It is scary as hell that that's how a country has worked. You vote for someone. I mean, over here, Labour, Conservative, Lib Dems, or better still, Independent, to be on a council or in the House of Commons or whatever, and they supposed to fight individually for you, and then they vote on stuff to decide what is the laws for that area that you voted them for, or what money's going to get spent on what or whatever. In America, you vote for the Senate, Constitution, and all that kind of stuff, and it's the Supreme Court, who are not voted for, who actually can overrule anything and just make the place going. It's not just a country; it's a country the size of America as well. You're right; it is. America is the country the size of America. Mind you, when you do get caught for doing something wrong, you still have this weird option. Georgia death row inmate who wants to be executed by firing squad wins his case at the Supreme Court again. So the Supreme Court sided with Georgina death row inmate who wants to be shot or executed by firing squad. Again, 1850s. We've moved on since then. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with the death penalty anyway. I don't think there's any reason why we should kill another human being. Because that means that their punishment is over. Once they are dead, their punishment is over. You keep them in prison for life, that is suffering for a long, long while. They know what they did, they know why they're there, they're never going to get free, blah, blah, blah. Plus, if it turns out, oh, didn't actually do it, it was this guy who did it, they're not dead, so you can still release them, give them a pardon, etc. That's why we don't have the death penalty over here, because that's exactly what happened over here in the 1960s. Look it up. Right, this is where it starts getting a bit more bizarre. I mean, I don't know what to say. This person is sexually attracted to a fence and loves it as a companion. Because of a death penalty if it mattered with your children, etc. I wouldn't want the death penalty for someone who killed anyone. I don't think the death penalty is a way forward. I think we're better than that. But certainly punishment. And I have no problem with isolation, single cells, not going out. Punish them for doing stuff. There's lots of people who love the cars, but I've never known anyone who loves a fence. It is just... Erica identifies as an objectum sexual, which is a person who can become romantically and sexually attracted to an inanimate object. Must have met my ex. A fence. What about a Fiona Bruce fence? Yeah, well, could be. But the thing is, if you look at that, that fence doesn't look like it actually belongs there. That fence looks like it's just been put there in the middle of a wood. It's just, the whole thing is bonkers. We're going back to Russia now for a quick one. This is how it's been reported in America. Putin calls in a retired, obese, why they put that in, general to fight in Ukraine. The heavyweight Russian general will lead special forces in eastern Ukraine after coming out of retirement, according to a report. So basically, Putin is now doing what we did with COVID, and he's bringing people out of recent retirement to help out against or for what he's doing. If you say anything against it, it is offensive. Very good, Smiley. I like that one. Makes me smiley. I haven't seen a photo of this general. I didn't look it up, to be fair. Biblical insects. Good as a roadblock. Biblical insects, swarms, spur Oregon push to fight pests. Mormon crickets are not new to Oregon, North America. Their name dates back to the 1800s, but apparently they are rampaging through all the crops and everything, which could cause problems for America sooner rather than later. Now, another weird headline, only in America. Drunk man loses 2 USB drives with personal information of 460,000 people. What are you doing? No. Bad things can happen when you drink a USB drive. Yeah, that's all we need to know about that. I mean, it's just like, what the hell. Now, we've all had bad service. Me at KFC National Underline a few years ago. Me and KFC somewhere else more recently. But how's about this? I mean, this is why gun laws should be stricter in America. We've got a few of these. It's happened a lot, yeah. A lot of people have lost pen drives. Can you remember when Les Batterby got drunk and started telling old Corrie storylines at pubs? Yeah, he got sacked for that. I'm currently watching old style Coronation Street at the minute, and Les Battersby has recently-ish come into it, and he's just got a job at Streetcars. So there you go. Anyway, you get bad service. What do you do? I mean, I don't do anything. I just do a YouTube video and put it on YouTube. But in America, hell no. Atlanta subway worker is shot dead for putting too much mayo on a sandwich. The shooting erupted at a subway inside downtown Atlanta gas station at about 6:30 p.m. after this disgruntled customer became irate over his order, police said. So, yeah, gun laws in America. Great, aren't they? Now, I know, exactly, too much mayo. It's a good enough reason. Now, everyone's complaining and blaming everyone over here about the crisis in airports. It's worldwide. I keep telling people this. US flight cancellations soar ahead of the July the 4th weekend. They're having major issues in America, like they are over here, like they are in Europe as well. The only airport that seems to be getting away with it is Liverpool. Well, I mean, I don't want to mock what happens, but they won't be putting more mayo on next again, will they? Woman mortified after overeating vibrator sparks firefighter emergency. Firefighters rushed to an apartment complex in the Netherlands. So this is Netherlands, obviously. It's a sex toy. Following complaints of a burning smell, which was caused by a whole overeating vibrator. I mean, what the hell is going on? Things got heated in that room, yeah. Definitely. Again, though, not reported over here, bizarrely. Right, here we go. Another gun one. 8-year-old boy. Playing with gun. Dad's gun. Shoots baby dead. And wounds another child. A 14-time convicted felon has been arrested after Florida cops say his 8-year-old son grabbed his unsecured gun and fatally shot a 1-year-old girl. I bet she was buzzing about that. I'm assuming we're still talking about the The vibrator. I have the world's strongest middle finger, and it can lift 285 pounds. It's more than horrific. It's horrendous. What kind of middle finger is that? Imagine it's like a baby's arm, isn't it? A bit like a baby's arm. A bit like wolf, like that. Dead macho and rare. Like that. Only in America, exactly. I have the world's strongest middle finger, and it can lift 285 pounds. Steve Keeler, officially the strongest bird flipper in the world, according to the Guinness Book of Records, set a new record with the heaviest deadlift completed with just one digit. Now, I always think it's more impressive when they pull a car or an aeroplane or something with their scrotum. I think that's much more impressive. I don't know why I think that's impressive, but I think that's impressive. I said that because I thought there was a... Oh yeah, there it is. Here we go. But I'll tell you what's more impressive is a whistling scrotum. A man with a whistling scrotum escapes death after bizarre medical emergency. What? The 72-year-old is the first person in the world to suffer this symptom. No poo, Sherlock, according to the new study published in the American Journal of Case Reports. So, he had a whistling scrotum. If it was a 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin that whistled, I'd get that, because there's an opening and air could get in and blah blah blah. But with a scrotum, no, sure how that works. Does it need to be blown? I don't know. But it's like only in America. Thank God for that. What a weird week this is. Every week is weird. Did you know, for example, that falling asleep with the TV on could bring early death? Study. Researchers have made some shocking findings regarding people who slept with even the slightest ambient lighting. So if you're asleep and there's light in the room when you're asleep, I don't know how he escaped death. That was all I needed to know. He had a whistling scrotum. He didn't die. I mean, come on, what more do you want from the story? God, Google. No, don't Google it. Whatever you do, don't Google it. No, it's... Oh no, I like background noise. But here's a question for you. Night shift workers. They sleep during the day. I did that for 2 years. I'm not dead. That's more than ambient lighting. I've slept with TVs on. I've fallen asleep watching TV. I've fallen asleep during the daytime. Kids have night lights. People have a light on in the adjoining room, so there's a bit of room there, elderly people in particular, so they can use the bathroom or use the potty or whatever they've got if they haven't got much mobility. I think that's the biggest load of bull I've ever heard in my life. So what we're supposed to do? Only sleep when it's dark. I sleep with the TV on and off. I won't Google it until later. Oh God. I like to say it doesn't get any worse, but dermatologist warns against skincare misinformation on TikTok. What? Really? So you're telling me these people on TikTok who have got the best skin in the world, the best bodies in the world, and all that kind of stuff, when they tell you what they do, like put them blue things in the mouth, that isn't actually true? Zoomers are turning to TikTok for trendy skincare hacks, but according to dermatologists, not all of them are good or even safe. No shoot perfect. Or Sherlock. Only an idiot would believe everything they see on any social media. I mean, it's... Yeah, toothpaste. Put toothpaste on your skin. That'll sort your skin out. Yeah, makes it go all white and hard. No, that came out wrong. Let's move on quickly. Only two more. A Florida man reportedly carjacked a guy over Wendy's chicken nuggets. Now, Wendy's is, we don't have over here, but it's basically equivalent of McDonald's. In fact, they're more popular than McDonald's, Burger King and all that. They're massive in America, so they have no need to come over here. But John Earl Taylor allegedly carjacked a man at gunpoint, guns again, after he refused to buy him chicken nuggets at Florida's Wendy's. No, this is all on New York Times. Snapchat channel. You're right. But yeah, guns involved again. See? And then finally, now, Florida man says spirits told him to set boss's future home on fire. The 54-year-old was caught on camera biking away after allegedly setting his boss's home on fire. Give me nuggets and your car. Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, I'll agree. But I don't know if you've ever played that game Super Monkey Ball. But, I mean, Super Monkey Ball. Spitting image. Okay, I'm not allowed to say that apparently. Is it me or does he look a lot like that Welsh footballer whose name I've completely forgotten, although I remembered before I started doing this? Oh, Gareth Bale, that's the one. It wasn't my officer, it was a spirit. Exactly, spirits told him to do it. You can see that, he looks a bit possessed as well, doesn't he? A monkey. It is a monkey, yeah. It's the... not a monkey, I mean the game. I don't have a monkey lying around, I'm not Michael Jackson. God. But anyway, yeah. And that's it for the American news. And it was worth every penny of it, wasn't it? Every penny you've paid. A chimp. Yeah, he had a chimp. So it's now time for the recap. So feel free to join in the recap. Thus far, it seems to be working. I'm in the stationary background. No, I've run out. That's it. I've done them all. There'll be more next week. Don't you worry. So, youngest ever act to headline Glastonbury was Billie Eilish. And Paul McCartney is the oldest. Yeah, go on, throw in your sad news. Diana Ross did her set and got slated for it, which I thought was a bit unnecessary, bearing in mind her age and all that kind of stuff. Pet Shop Boys, they did a set which I watched because it had gone horribly wrong, but it managed to pull through it all, who are misses, and get it all done. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, the death toll is still mounting in the shopping centre that was destroyed by a Russian nuclear missile, which allegedly is in this still frame from a security camera next to the building. Nicola Sturgeon has got no idea what she's doing. Minecraft streamer Technoblade dies at age 23. Jesus, that's not good. No, it wasn't a nuke. It was not a nuke. Yeah, Nicola Sturgeon, just one woman, whatever. It's just annoying me. Biden has promised to send more troops into Europe to combat Russia threatening the whole of Europe, which they're not doing at the minute, but they probably will do. And Boris has, at the same NATO conference, decided to give them £1 billion pounds in aid. $10 million plus subs. God, I'm not far off. I'm nearly on 2,000 now. Nearly. If anyone wants to give me a hand, get one mate to just subscribe. They don't even have to watch anything. Just get me over that $2,000, that'd be good. In Ukraine, children are manning posts, checking ID and all that kind of thing to protect their towns and villages from infiltrators, which is so wrong, it's unbelievable. These lads are a bit older, but the ones I saw on the news, they would be about 10 or 11, and they had little wooden guns and everything. It was just awful. Russia, I've been spreading your channel, have you? Russia have gallantly, as a goodwill gesture, abandoned Snake Island, and Ukraine have taken control of it again now, as a goodwill gesture. Ukraine, however, say, no, actually, we defeated them on the island and they fled. And I know which one I believe more than the other one. And I'll give you a clue. It's got nothing to do with Putin. Saddish news in the fact that our Graham from Blind Date has passed away this week. Chris Pincher. Sorry. I mean, it's very serious what he's done. But Chris Pincher pinched him. Maybe it should be called Pinch Him. Has been suspended from the Conservative whip after resigning yesterday from his job that no one knew about for being very drunk and embarrassing himself. Turns out, allegedly, he groped two men at a Conservative club. You'd think they'd be up for that kind of thing, though, wouldn't you, at a Conservative club? I don't know. One thing that Lewis Hamilton wasn't up to was being referred to by the N-word by Nelson Piquet. He's had a moan about it, and rightly so, to be fair. I'll give him that one. The shop's coming back, but I don't know when. The Supreme Court is destroying America from the inside, slowly but surely. I bet he nipped it in the bud. Yeah. Whoa, that's a bit too kinky. I'll be back on the vibrators again. Oh, is that just the tip of the iceberg? Tesco and Heinz falling out over pricing. Although Wigan Tesco at the moment has got more baked beans than from Heinz than I've ever seen them in life. I think they've just bought shed loads of them before the price went up. And I think that is it. Yeah. That is, as a chef would say, shallot. That's a small onion. So there you go then. What should we leave? What should we end the broadcast with? What picture shall we end the broadcast with? Let's have a look. Oh, let's go for Snake Island. Any. Well, I normally do these for half an hour. We're on 47.59, and we've only dropped 47 frames. Vibrator. I'm not leaving it on a vibrator. I'm leaving it on Snake Island because that's where the controversy comes from. So big shout out to people who contributed. So DC number 9, Angela O'Kane, Smiley Mac 2001, Sarah Pierce, JT, Noob Slayer 666, Ben. The two of us have always been. Is that it? I think it's just the same old, same people, regular people talking at that point. Yeah. Any? So yeah, that is it. That is your lot. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. And all being well, I will see you again next week. And I think we'll keep the background, because the background is working. It's certainly stabilising the stream. So yeah, I'll see you all again next week to see what a week that was. Until then, let's annoy the neighbours. Bye! Bye, Rachel. Have you gone yet?